Hello everyone, and welcome to Galaxy 89 Cars. Today, thanks to VVS UK, I am bringing you an in-depth exterior and interior tour and exhaust sound video of this 2019 McLaren 600LT Spider. At the time of publishing, VVS UK have this, in addition to many of the high specification vehicles for sale, and all of their contact details can be found in the description of the video. The long-tail name dates back to 1997, with possibly the most epic LT of all time, the F1 GTR Longtail, and were used to signify cars with enhanced aerodynamics. Longtail has since been redesignated to signify the most focused and track-ready variants of McLaren Sports and Super Series cars, akin to the GT and RS badges at Porsche. Unlike other LT models, 600LT won't be numbered, and instead will only be available during a limited production window. 600LT has various alterations over the car on which it is based, the 570S, and so I will make comparisons to the 570S throughout the video. 600LT's main structure comes from its carbon fibre monocoque called Monocell 2, which it shares with the 570S and weighs only 80 kilograms. This Spider variant is also constructed from Monocell 2, making it one of the most rigid convertibles on sale today. It comes in at 4,604mm long, 74mm longer, 2,095mm wide with the doors closed, and 1,196mm high with the doors closed, 6mm lower, and has a DIN curb weight of 1404 kilograms, 95 kilograms lighter. Now moving to 600LT's powertrain, its engine can only be viewed by lifting the central panels, which I unfortunately couldn't do. It's powered by a mid-rear mounted 3.8-litre twin-turbo V8 that produces 592 brake horsepower and 620 Nm of torque, 30 brake horsepower and 20 Nm more than the 570S, and sends all of this to the rear wheels. This output produces a 0 to 62 mph or 100 km/h time of 2.9 seconds and a top speed of 201 mph, 0.3 mph faster to 62 but 3 mph slower, presumably due to increased aero. Moving down to the corners, this car is fitted with the optional 10-spoke ultra-lightweight forged wheels, finished in gloss black, one of 2 designs and 4 finish options. These are 19 inches at the front and 20 inches at the rear. Braking is provided by ventilated carbon ceramic discs at each corner, taken from the 720S as standard. 600LT stability comes from double wishbones at each corner with adaptive dampers, 13% stiffer at the front and 34% stiffer at the rear. These are in addition to much stiffer anti-roll bars, 25% at the rear and 50% at the front. These new components increase driving dynamics but also save 10.2 kilograms. Finally, there's an open differential at the rear that helps to facilitate brake steer for sharper turning. Now we've finished the model overview, we can start the in-depth exterior tour from front to back. At the front, we start with the new splitter. The inner canards now curve outwards as opposed to inwards in the 570S, and also come with much larger lateral winglets for increased aero. This also helps to make the central area appear much wider. The lights above hold the classic McLaren tick and are generally the same with their curved daytime running lights atop the main beams, but with the new 600LT script. Continuing back, the bonnet also seems unchanged, with its dynamic lines on either side that run into the door panel behind. This appears to also be the case with the acutely angled windscreen with its 2 wipers. Continuing back, we come to the hardtop roof that I believe is shared with the 570S Spider and is finished here in optional dark palladium. We will explore the operation of this later in the video. Now moving down to the lateral aspect of 600LT, we start with the new side skirts. The side skirts come with new canards at the front and rear that help to further control airflow along the side of the car for enhanced stability. In the centre, we see how the side skirt itself is actually integrated into and split by the door. Moving up, we find the same contrast depression in the door skin as in 570S that funnels air into the awaiting inlet behind. The inlet itself has a larger lower and smaller upper portion that feeds cool air into the engine radiators for cooling. Just ahead of and between these 2 sections of the intake, we find the door button on the door's floating strut. We can see this floating strut from above here and how it leads to the top section of the engine air intake. I believe the 600LT has the same electrically adjustable wing mirrors as the 570S that project up on slim, aero-efficient stalks. Continuing back along the left side, we come to the fuel tank flap. It unlocks when the car is unlocked and then can be pressed to open. 600LT has a 72-litre fuel tank and returns a combined MPG of 24.1. When finished here, we can move up and around. 600LT's deck lids have been changed in comparison to those on 570S. The front panel has a hump instead of an indentation and vent, whereas the rear panel has been totally redesigned to accommodate the new exhausts, losing the slim mesh vents on either side. This new lightweight, top-mounted exhaust system saves 12.6 kilograms, and if we look inside, we can even see the valves. Behind the exhaust is the new rear wing with its protective central structure. The new wing, in conjunction with the new splitter and diffuser, produces an extra 100 kilograms of downforce over the 570S. It comes with an integrated LED brake light at the rear and projects up on 2 fixed struts. Now moving down to the rear of the car, the first thing we come to is the small air outlet for cooling that sits under the wing. This also exists on 570S, but here it has a central division that has been put in place for a more dynamic aesthetic. On either side are the P1-inspired rear light blade LEDs with the central mesh to enhance engine cooling. These are carried over from the 570S. As the floating diffuser from the 570S has been removed, the lower section is quite different. The rear reflectors are in the same place, but there are now further air outlets in the extended diffuser, close to where the old exhaust outlets projected. Below this we find a fixed and much more aggressive 5-fin diffuser than what was already fitted to the 570S. This extends out laterally, where there are now large canards fixed into the new depressions in the rear body skin that further help to control lateral airflow. Moving centrally, and we find a small, racing-esque LED brake light with the optical reversing camera fixed into the central fin. As we've now completed the exterior tour, let's move inside. 600LT comes with a standard McLaren key with buttons for lock, unlock and to open the boot. And once unlocked, it can of course be opened. This is done by depressing the small rubber button found at the underside of the floating strut, seen earlier, and then lifting the dihedral door up. As with the exterior, the interior has quite a reserved yet tasteful specification, with several optional features, such as the carbon fibre inlay pack that I'll focus on as we progress through the video. Let's start the interior in-depth tour with the doors. These are upholstered in Alcantara and start with the flat, featureless top of the panel with dual contrast stitch underneath. Below, another panel projects out and contains a speaker from the standard system at the end. A Bowers & Wilkins system is also available. A small storage area lies underneath this projection, which can be accessed by pulling the cover. Underneath, the panel flows outwards and gradually becomes the armrest, which contains 3 catches surrounded by carbon, the electric windows, and to open the door. The door handle is to their outside edge. And as we move along the rear and bottom of the door, we come to a set of buttons for the rear tonneau or deck lid, tow preparation, and to open the bonnet or boot lid. The final feature we come to is the large door speaker. Moving left, we come to the long struts for the door that I believe are also unchanged. In from these are the sills, which are presumably the same as in 570S, as these cars share their Monocell 2 chassis. The sill looks quite high and wide, but ingress and egress is straightforward, which is made easier by how high the doors rise. The top comes with a McLaren emblazoned scuff guard, and as we move up, we come to the electric parking brake, the lights, and the first manually adjustable air vent. The steering wheel is to the left of these components. Here we find it upholstered in Alcantara with an optional McLaren orange 12 o'clock marker and the optional carbon fibre. Looking just behind the wheel, we find the gear shift paddles. 600LT shares the 7-speed dual-clutch seamless shift gearbox from the 570S and is fitted here with the extended carbon gear paddles. To start the car, the small button at the head of the central control array needs to be pushed. The fully digital instrument cluster is ahead of the driver and starts with a basic trip. There's a graphic centrally, which contains the speedo while driving, then oil and water temperature. Just below and to the left of the wheel, we come to a small stick to adjust the mirrors and the parking sensors. Moving back up briefly, we can see the unchanged, flowing Alcantara upholstered dash in more detail. In the centre, we can move down to the dual manually adjustable air vents. If the Bowers & Wilkins speaker system was spec'd, the additional speaker would be above and between these. Just below the air vents is the unchanged, semi-floating 10-inch TFT touchscreen surrounded by carbon. Now looking at it in more detail, from left to right, it starts with phone, where contacts, call history and the keypad can be accessed. Then media, for music via external devices or the DAB digital radio. The specific DAB digital radio screen comes after this. The map and navigation system comes after this that can be manually manipulated using the touchscreen controls. The penultimate screen is Apps, where the track telemetry system can be accessed to time and store lap times. The optional version of this system comes with 3 additional cameras to better record and analyse driving style. A digital copy of the user manual and weather forecast can also be found in Apps. The final screen is Voice Commands, which can be selected to access music, contacts and calls, and applications. We find a direct access control array below the screen with the return, nav and settings on the left. The home screen central then controls for the dual zone climates and demisting, voice controls as next and mute below. Under the floating screen, the central column starts with a 600 LT badge, cup holder and open storage area below. This leads on to the main control array behind, also known as the Active Dynamics panel. It starts with the engine on-off button, then the handling rotary with the performance rotary next to it. These enable the driver to switch between normal, sport and track driving modes that affect throttle, steering and damping. The 3 buttons below are for launch control, active to enable the rotaries above and then stop start. The button for the bonnet and boot lid and to retract the rear window are to the left. Drive, neutral, reverse and the warning light buttons are central. And lock and to retract or return the hardtop are to the right. Continuing back and we find a rubber-bottomed open storage area. The Alcantara upholstered armrest behind can be unlatched by pressing the small catch at the front and then lifting up. Inside we find quite a deep storage area with USB, aux and SIM inputs, and once finished, the lid can be easily returned. Continuing back and now moving up between the seats, we first come to a small storage net and then the retractable rear window. On either side of this we find the optional carbon fibre racing seats. Super lightweight carbon seats from the Senna can also be spec'd. As mentioned, these are carbon buckets so can't be tilted, but they can be moved back and forth manually. To the left is a lockable glove compartment that is opened by pressing the slim button above. Looking inside, we find a very usable and illuminated storage space. Now we've finished the majority of the interior tour, let's move outside to the top-mounted exhaust system and view the car's roof mechanism. The roof mechanism takes 15 seconds to complete and can be operated at standstill or up to 25 miles per hour. As we're outside, we can use the key to open the bonnet and take a look inside the front boot. Unlike other cars, the lid can be lifted straight up and reveals approximately 150 litres of storage space, with a larger net to the side, the input for charging and the car cover. In total, 600 LT offers approximately 350 litres of storage capacity. Once finished in the front, the lid can be easily brought down and fixed below with a firm press at the front. With the roof back up, we can take a look at 600 LT's final few features. Looking up, there are slim sun visors with vanity mirrors, and looking centrally, we find the individual light controls and the quite large rear view mirror below. So that concludes my in-depth exterior and interior in-depth tour and exhaust sound video of this 2019 McLaren 600 LT Spider, for sale with VVS UK at the time of publishing. All of VVS UK's contact details can be found in the description of the video. Please subscribe for the latest content, and until next time, thanks for watching.